days in September. So next Friday will be October 1st. Can you believe it? So it is show 646, and we have 20 days of inventory. Y'all just listed 23 single family homes yesterday. We needed to be 100. Come on, we need inventory. And of those 23, only 6 of them were under 400,000. So there you go. I don't know what you're showing people, but it must be over 400,000. I think we had the numbers yesterday. We showed you what the different breakdown was. But anyway, there's 517 homes on the market that are under 400,000. So that's good. We're doing about 126 sales a day, and we're ahead of last year, which we predicted that. And the average, remember, for last year was 105, and this year it's 142. So we're selling more homes. And the interest rates, you know, I hear rumblings that they're going to start inching up this till they get up to probably 3.5. We're going to have Anthony Mendoza, and just a few minutes after we go over some Insta Jam stuff. So nothing too much earth-shattering here today. So let's get on with the Instagram so we can bring on our guest today. I love having a guest. Put myself down here. Okay, so, whoops, that was yesterday. Where did I go? Where did I go? I'm my own producer, Anthony, so sometimes that's not it. I think this is it. Yes, we're doing hashtags today. Okay. Everybody's always used to my little idiosyncrasies, how I always mess things up. So increase your following by maximizing hashtags on Instagram. So we're going to go through this quickly, and then we'll bring Anthony on because he's just a rock star when it comes to social media. So hashtags make the difference in getting found on Instagram. And so here's the strategy. You use a blank Word or a Google document on your computer, or if you're using your phone, open up your Notes app on your iPhone or your notepad app on your Android. And then you go to Instagram and you start searching hashtags related to Las Vegas and or your farm area. And you make a list of those. And for example, you might start to search Vegas real estate. And then you're also, when you search, you're going to see a whole list of things that come up along with that. And then you're probably going to see Vegas RE for Vegas real estate. And then I did check it. That comes up too. And then you add all of these to your list, and then you save that list. And the goal is to have a running list of at least 15 hashtags, and that are pretty relevant to whatever niche market you're doing or whatever you post about on Instagram. So you save that list to your phone or computer so that you can copy and paste it real quick when you do your post. So on your Instagram post, something interesting about your home. And in the caption, you can say, I sure love where I live. And then use your hashtags and use these hashtags for your IG posts as they are relevant. So you might want to have a more than one list. And I would recommend that because you should be, I like the rule of 3. Yet there should be you should be talking about the market, talking about what you're doing, and then giving tips to people. So you should have different hashtag lists for each of your 3 topics. So for posting in your feed, you can have up to 30 hashtags. And for IG stories, you can have up to 10, but I think 3 is plenty for stories. That's just, we'll see what Anthony has to say about what I'm saying. And then, okay, so it's the weekend. You need to catch up on any items that you may not have had time to do. We've talked about Google Your Business page. We've talked about LinkedIn. We've talked about Facebook. And now we're talking about Instagram. So you've got lots of things to be working on. And remember to update your bio and try out Instagram stories, create your 15-second video, and use hashtags. And when you get all caught up, take your time to schedule a few pieces of content on your Instagram page for the next 3 days. So you can do that in advance. And then it's makes your days easier and say, oh, I've already got that done. I just have to copy and paste, or I just have to do this short video because you've already figured that out, or you've already done it and you're just going to upload it. You can use free Facebook Creator Studio to schedule some of these things, or there is another free tool, later.com. And I forget to actually, I don't know if it's free or not. I forget that. But. And then there's some ideas for some of your posts. You can say, this is my Monday market update, or my Monday motivator. This is my tip Tuesday or tour Tuesday. Maybe that's the day you show what's some listings in your neighborhood or something. Wednesday wisdom or Wednesday Winedom. Throwback Thursday or Thirsty Thursday. Feature Friday or Festive Friday. You get it. Consistency is king and content is queen. And that's how we play it here. And I'm going to bring Anthony on. Here we go. There you are. So, hi, Anthony.
Good morning. How are you?
I am fabulous. How are you?
I'm doing great. It's Friday. Excited. Woke up, had a couple cups of coffee before this, and just ready to go.
Ready to go. I haven't had my coffee yet. I had a 6:30. I had a 6:30 Zoom call. Then I had a 7:30 Zoom call. Then I did my stats for the show. I haven't had a minute. And I took my dogs for a walk at 4 o'clock. So.
That's awesome. I meant that. I woke up this morning and I hid under my blankets, and then I went and got coffee. And I've been reading a book called The Meditations by Marcus Aurelius lately, and there's a passage where it's like, what am I here for other than to lay under my covers? And it's like basically a conversation with themselves to get out of bed. So I think about that. But this morning, my lazy self won. So.
Oh, well, you can do that once in a while.
Yeah, I think you have to once in a while.
Yeah. Every night when I come home, I think, do I want a cocktail tonight or a glass of wine? Guess what the answer is? Oh, where'd you go? Hold on. Hold, please. He's coming back. There you go. Let me bring you back on. Who knows? I do these shows every day, and every day I have one glitch, at least one.
Well, hopefully that's the one, and then we can rock through it. But yeah, to get into the Instagram stuff.
You're echoing now, Anthony.
Can you hear me?
You're echoing.
All right, 1 second. See if that's better. Unmuted.
No, you're still echoing for some reason.
Good.
That's better.
Is it?
No, now I can still hear the echo. I don't know.
1 second.
He's gonna go back on. So that wasn't our only glitch. Okay, we're gonna try it one more time here. This will be hopefully this is it.
Hear me now.
Yeah, that's perfect, and I can see you better.
Okay,
you were a little blurry.
I had to leave and come back, so hopefully we're fixed and good to go now. All right, but yeah, so going off of the Instagram stuff, kind of looking at what you had up on the screen earlier and kind of piecing it apart. I keep having a lot of conversation with people about Instagram, especially lately, because of how many platforms and things are out there. Yeah. So Instagram, I've messed around with for a very long time. Earlier in my career as a marketer, previous to what I'm doing now, I did a lot with Instagram in particular, because it was like you had Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, but Instagram was kind of like what was hot at the time. And that's the one I wanted to learn the most of. So it's funny to see how it's evolved and stayed relevant over the time, because what most people don't know is that Instagram was never supposed to be a platform that you could get a lot of growth from. It was built super, super clunky before it was bought by Facebook. And it was just like two college kids that wanted to see pictures of hot chicks that they went to school with. Like that was the whole premise of Instagram. So looking into 2021 and seeing like how businesses build $1 million revenues using pictures and hashtags is amazing to see how that journey is kind of transformed. But there are key things if you are looking for growth inside of Instagram that I think people should be looking out for. And,
all right, let's listen.
And one of those would be utilizing different parts of the platform. So you're hitting it on the head when you're saying, let's have consistency, let's have hashtags, and let's leverage some of these different parts. The number one thing I tell people right now for growth is to use Instagram Reels.
Yeah.
And if we look at it, the reason why is Instagram is directly competing against TikTok for screen time on people's phones. And you can do a simple, if anybody wants to debate this, you could do a simple test this weekend, post 5 reels, and then look at your insights Monday morning, and I guarantee you they will skyrocket. And if anybody doesn't know how to look at their insights, if you go to your profile on the bottom right-hand side of your screen, if you go to your profile and then up at the top, it'll say insights. If you have a business Instagram, you can look in there and it'll tell you how many people you've reached, where you reached them, and how you reached them. So it's a super good tool to learn that. But yeah, if anybody wants to see how their Instagram interacts with different things, that's it. But by using Instagram Reels, it's putting you in other people's feeds. So whenever we can do things to be able to do that, I think we'll be able to win. Because what the downfall with some of these platforms like Facebook, Instagram, all of that, is that we may have 1,000 followers, but it's more about how many people are engaging with us. So if we don't have a high engagement rate, we could have 10,000 followers and still get less likes than somebody who has 200 followers.
I'm having that issue. Yeah. My Agent Formula Instagram page, I've got 9,000 plus followers. But when I do these videos every day, and some days I get maybe only 10 or 15, so yeah, obviously I have some people working on mine, Anthony, that are cutting up this show, doing like the stats, the first part of it for a shorter version, and then doing the long version, what we're doing here. And I think that, I think my page is ugly. I don't like the thumbnails. And I think that makes a big difference. Do you?
100%. So there's a general aesthetic that goes in with Instagram. So because Instagram is our art gallery, if you will, when people go to your profile, they expect to see that it looks good and it has a general aesthetic to it, especially if it's a business Instagram account. If it's personal, then we don't have to worry about it. But people for so long have grown accustomed to that. And if you do want to make thumbnails or you want to make certain templates for it, I suggest just using Canva and having one that you could cut into the first second of a video using something like InShot on your phone or iMovie or whatever your editing thing is for your videos. But make Canva to be able to have those templates and leverage what other people are doing. So if you don't like how yours looks, find other ones that you really like how theirs looks. And then you can use that to see yours. You don't always have to recreate the wheel. And I run into this issue personally because I like to be creative and I'm so original, but originality doesn't get the ball rolling. Right. Action does. Yeah. So, but as far as like a general aesthetic, I do believe that it should look a certain way. It should look nice. It should have colors that match each other. It should have fonts all the same. The placement of it, not so much. So I see a lot of people who take what we're talking about now and go to the nines with it, where, okay, well, now I have like a cross section of homes and I have another cross section of this or that. That's cool. But as soon as you post one more time, it throws it all out of whack. So you don't have to worry so much about that. But what we're getting at is like highlights in specific sections. So if you do Tip Tuesdays or Tour Tuesdays or things like that, you can have a highlight on your Instagram highlights underneath your bio section where you can store those for stories so they can see a shorter version of it. If you have those, you can have a certain thumbnail that matches those where you could just click in the picture of the home. And you could do all of that by way of Canva to make it super clean aesthetically.
I like that. Yeah. And then reels. I didn't get into how to make a reel. Can you briefly describe to our listeners how you make a reel?
Yeah. So if anybody is listening and they're familiar with TikTok, it'd be the same thing as making a TikTok video. But if you're not, maybe you were a Snapchat person. It's similar to making Snapchat. And if not any of those, it's like making an Instagram story. So if you go click over, or I think swipe right or swipe left. I didn't spend enough time on Tinder, so I don't know which thumb that is. Bad joke, sorry. But if you swipe right, it'll open up the story section, and in there you can swipe to reels. if you have the videos saved already, so let's say you went to a home and you did front video of the house and then of the bedrooms, you could take those in there and upload them to it, and it'll allow you to cut them. It'll allow you to add music. It'll allow you to add transitions and everything else in there. So it's basically giving you like your own built-in video editor that you can add in those different clips.
Okay.
So
that's really important that the editor's right in the app itself. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, so it's built right into it. So if you're not using InShot or any of these other editors, but you still want to have some of that, you can just go right to your Instagram Reels and then have them in there.
Oh, okay.
And when you post it, it goes to the Reels section. Look, if any of you are like looking through Instagram today, look at the Reels section. I think it's the funniest part of Instagram right now because there's no way out of it. And there's no way to search. There's no way to look through things. And they do it specifically because they're trying to just keep you locked with Reels, because some of them are super contagious. Like if you get stuck on dance videos, you get locked in.
That's pretty cool.
But they're devoting a lot of space to it. So a lot of the Discover page is Reels. If you click on somebody's Reels, it locks you into the Reels section. So they're constantly kind of pushing towards that. And there's not enough content there for it to be had. That's why they're pushing. That's why they're trying to lock people in so much to it, is to make it a part of it. And whenever we can find that, exploit it. So if you're making content at all, start adding that Reels in, and you'll start seeing more followers. You'll start seeing more engagement. And for like your page in particular, where you're saying, hey, I don't feel like I have enough engagement. If you can start throwing more Reels in, you'll start seeing some of that engagement go up. And then you'll start seeing on the normal posts you have, your views will start going up and your comments and likes will start going up, because it's showing Instagram's algorithm that your content is engageable. It's people like it. They want more of it. Cool.
So is there a time limit on a video for Reels?
I think it's 60 seconds.
Oh, that's better than 15.
Yeah, it's better than 15. So I think you get 60 seconds on it. I don't know if they made it to 2 minutes. I'd have to look, but I know they were thinking about going up to 2 minutes, but I know for right now it's 60 seconds.
What's the TikTok time limit? Is there one?
I think they just went up to 60 seconds too. I know they were 15.
Yeah.
But I've been seeing a lot longer ones.
I jumped on TikTok, I guess when it first came out, which was right around the time, I don't know, it was Halloween time when I did it, and it was fun because I would go around the neighborhood and do videos of the different Halloween, the way the people dressed up their houses for Halloween, and just a lot of, it was fun. But it's like there's only so much time.
Right.
And I do Facebook, I do this, I do a lot of things, and I thought, well, I love TikTok, but I just don't have time for it. And then I had somebody help me with Instagram. I had a gal who, Taylor Hyman, she was really good, but then she got a boyfriend, and she also does motocross. So she's a very busy person. And then I lost her for a while, and I did a little bit of my own for a while. And then I found some fellas in the Philippines that are, they're not as creative as I'd like them to be. Like I was saying, I don't think my page it doesn't look like if I were to do it, how I would do it. But anyway, at least I'm consistent. At least my stuff's going up there consistently. And so my question, I have a question. So as soon as I figure out, take the time to tell them, okay, here's what I want you to do. See the middle of my show when me and Anthony were talking. Let's use that and maybe put a text on it for a thumbnail or something like that. Because I'm all video.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you think, but I'm going to figure it out though.
So, well, this is, we can go into this for you. So what I would say, if you're outsourcing the work, because that's kind of what I was going to lead into, is if you are busy and you don't have the time to sit down and do it yourself, because it takes time. Like there's no lie to any of this. A lot of marketers will come in and say like, oh, you could do it in 15 seconds. No, you devote a lot of time to reading comments. You devote a lot of time to posting, to doing all of this. It takes time. What I would say would to do that is use Fiverr or use Upwork, and find somebody that you can outsource that to. And
Upwork,
have them,
you said?
Yeah, Upwork. I like Upwork. It's a little different. It's cheaper in the long run than Fiverr, because you basically put somebody on a retainer and you say, okay, well, I'm for less cost per project, I give you more time. So for 6 months or 3 months or 4 months or however, and they're basically your employee at that point. And you can find people from all over the world that do it. I would take that person. The issue with it is that you're running into, and I've seen it before, is you have somebody that can push the buttons now, but now you have the creative side. So there's two sides of it, and you have the artist and the engineer.
Yes.
So right now you have the engineer, they can push the buttons and do the things you want. So now you have to like cultivate the artistic side. That's where things like a brand kit or templates would come in, because then you have the general aesthetic and you're just telling the engineer side, hey, I want this part of it. So it's, hey, somebody dropped a bomb in a video that I thought was really insightful. Can you just grab the insightful part of this video for me? Or and while you're going through these, like I would write down things that stuck out to you. So, oh, somebody said this, and you can look for it later and just tell them, hey, the conversation started at minute 15. Right. And they could find where it ends or whatever. But you could take those and recycle them to reels. And I think for you specific, that would be great for reels, because now you're answering questions. In real estate, the best thing we can do is answer questions and show homes. People love to look at houses, but it disassociates our business from ourselves. Yeah. Because they're looking at the house, they're not looking at us. Right. And then we become lost in the minutia of homes. Right. So we want to be able to answer the questions.
I love that. I agree 100%.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's how I would kind of be going through it, is just if I saw something insightful, if I had a conversation with somebody, write that part down. There's a gentleman and he actually did it through Facebook page a couple of years ago, believe it or not. We all know what happened there. Those do not get engagement. Anybody on this call that has a Facebook business page, 9 out of 10 people feel like they post on there for no reason. And it's because of algorithmic things. But what he would do is, as he was going through and having lunch with people or having conversations, he would grab his phone and stop the conversation and ask, hey, do you mind repeating that? I have some people that I think would really benefit from hearing what you're saying. And most of the time people say, no worries. Of course, because everybody wants to be heard, even shy people. It doesn't matter. We as humans want our voice to be heard. That's why social media is so prevalent in the world. Yes. But he would grab the phone and ask him, and then he would start it with, hey, this is Anthony Mendoza. I'm sitting here with so-and-so. He said some stuff that really struck a chord with me, and I'd like him to be able to say, this is John Smith at Attorneys Inc. Blah, blah. Flip the camera over there, let them say it, and then turn it back, outro the video, end it. That'd be amazing for Instagram Reels, because now you're answering questions for other people. For the tactical side of that, it would be finding a hashtag about what John Smith said that would relate to it. It would be maybe posting it in a group or sharing it to a place that could benefit from that answer, or tagging him. If John has a following somewhere, we're leveraging his following as well. And it's those short 60-second clips that you can use to start getting more engagement, to start answering more questions, start leveraging and doing all these little things. And it seems like it's just one little step, but it can help explode your page so much more, because the beauty of social media is that all it takes is that one little video, and then you're catch me outside. Yeah. You know?
That's good.
So, and that's just to kind of give people like food for thought of just different things they have to do. What a lot of times what we get stuck on is a creative block. I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
And I always tell new agents specifically, you have the best eye for content than any seasoned agent, because you're looking at real estate in the perspective of how normal buyers and sellers would.
Right.
You don't know what a 1031 exchange is. You don't know what a blank is, a blank and all these real estate terms. So write them down and answer what they are in really colloquial terms so that people can easily digest them. Because if people are looking them up or searching them or trying to find something out, we always skip through to the videos, and then we skip through the video to the part where they answer the question. So, it's how we're interacting with these platforms is what makes it so great.
I love that the way the biggest tip I hear is do reels and make it a answer to a question that somebody has, because then people will want to hear, they'll want to hear the next question. I mean, I like that.
Yeah, and it differentiates you. Even if 1,000 people answer the same exact question, you still have the benefit of everybody's perspective is different.
Yeah.
So if I look at something, I'm going to see it different than you are or anybody else in the world, and I can give my perspective on it. My perspective is what makes me different, and that's what the beauty of answering some of those questions are. And it could even be with home tours. Think about it when you're doing your next home tour. Try not to, hello, this is Anthony at 123 Main Street. I am here today, and then show them the thing, but maybe something stuck out to you. Leverage your perspective. Leverage your creativity, leverage yourself, because in a personal brand, the one thing people are going to gravitate to is you. And when you're doing that through Instagram, think about the same thing. People, we get so one-dimensional with our marketing.
Yes.
Where I'm farming, and I farm through flyers. I farm through mailers. I farm through door knocking. I got a farm list and I'm making calls. What can you do on Instagram to work that same farm? Is there coffee shops in that neighborhood? Are there Pilates studios, yoga studios, gyms? Are there community centers? When we look at Instagram as a business owner, pick it apart and say, okay, this is what makes this community tick. This is where people are going to want to take pictures. This is where they're going to want to take videos, and then we can exploit those places. So if we're farming, like Silverado Ranch area, I know that Slater's 50/50 is really creative with how they make their food. So people are probably going in there and taking a lot of pictures of food. If they're taking pictures there, they're probably local, which benefits us as real estate agents if they want to buy or sell. So I'd go in and I'd start liking and I'd start commenting on all their stuff. And that allows me to farm that neighborhood without having to cold call specifically, without having to just do flyers or just do something else. So use places and hashtags to benefit you that way when you're working a farm. It seems like a pain in the butt, like, oh, now I have to sit every night and just start liking people's stuff. But what's nice about it is it's them. It's really them. Like, it's really not it's not a fake phone number or a fake email, or they don't going to respond. Like, you can see what's going on there. And on top of that, they can see you and who you really are and your content and your videos and stuff. So I think it's a great way to farm neighborhoods by using things like that. And what's nice about Facebook is if we forget to do that, if we forget I need to go and like comments in my farm, you can follow the hashtag and you can follow the place now. So it's going to put it on your Instagram feed anyway. So when you're just scrolling without thinking, oh, now hashtag blank yoga studio. Okay, I'm going to go double thumb at Susan's doing yoga this morning, and you can comment on, oh, I've never been there. How did you like it? And you start a conversation with them. Our real estate is a contact sport. The more contact we make, the more at-bats we have, and the more times we can hit homers. So I'm a really bad sports analogy there. I wrap like 6 different sports into it, but we all get it.
We get it. Yeah, and I always say you go where the puck is going.
Yeah, exactly.
Go where the puck is going. Yep.
And speaking of pucks, like now we have a lot of those. We have the Silver Knights Stadium in Henderson. We have the Golden Knights T-Mobile Arena. We got all these places. So same hashtags, same idea, same stuff, you know, be able to go in there and you can start working those markets. And if you know your audience, you can do the same thing. So do you have a niche market? If you have a niche market, if maybe you're more of a car guy and you show off houses with bigger garages, then SEMA is a great hashtag and a great place to work for you. You know, car shows, things like that. Everybody at a car show posts pictures of cars.
Yes.
You know, so think of it that way. If you're looking for that like guerrilla marketing where you're going outbound at people, I think it's a great way to go outbound. You know, and then using the stuff earlier we spoke about is great for inbound stuff, where it's the content that you're putting up so that they see it.
Well, and you know, this is so many nuggets of information. Tell people about you.
All right.
Who are you, Anthony? Who are you?
Who am I? Well, first off, my name is Anthony Mendoza. I live here in Henderson, Nevada. I am a mortgage loan officer as of earlier this year. I've been in the real estate industry for 6 years now. Got my start in title and escrow. Did that for a few years, moved over to marketing and technology for a company that was real estate centric, helped real estate agents and mortgage loan officers grow their business by way of social media, marketing, strategy, branding, all of that fun stuff. And as a lot of people did last year, kind of decided I wanted to do something different. You know, the 2020 bug bit everybody, and mine was maybe taking a different avenue. I wanted to get back to the consumer. I wanted to spend time with them a little bit more. So I started doing mortgages earlier this year, and that's where I'm at now. Is I do mortgages, and I love it. I tell people all the time that prior to this year, people were closer to numbers because it was leads, it was comments, it was all of this stuff. So like the direct consumer was far separated for me. But a couple weeks ago, I actually had like my first like real like sentimental heartthrob as far as like houses go. And I think this is why the real estate bug bites people so hard. Is I had a client come in. She's 75, VA, has been working on the base for like the last 30 years in the church down there, and has first served country, now served her community, and she's finally retired and wants to buy her first home. Wow. And listening to her story on the phone while we were talking and kind of going through the application and everything, and hearing how excited she was like, whoa, like, oh my goodness. Like that kind of really hooked me in. And it was nice to be back on that side of it, to where it's like, okay, I can do this. I can hear people's stories. I like to talk. Obviously you guys have heard me rant all day, but it's exciting to be back on that side where you get to really see the benefit of the work and see how it really touches people and helps them.
Well, I really appreciate you being here today. I'm going to be assisting Jimmy Dague in teaching the class on agency, advanced strategies to get listings at 10 o'clock. And it's a 12-minute ride from my house to the office. So yeah, I could talk to you all day, but let's do this again soon. I have some ideas, and anyway, want to run some things by you, and so happy that you showed up today.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and here's Tammy Kim. Oh, hold on. I got to show. Oh. There she is. Oh, thank you, Tammy. I love Tammy. She's fantastic. And Debbie's here today. Thank you, Debbie. And Karen is always here. I don't see Frank today, but he'll watch later. Anyway, are you a member of my group, Anthony? Ruthie Rocks?
I don't know about the group. I follow the page and the Instagram. So
okay.
I will join the group for sure. No, it's beautiful. I like it. If you have let's get together. I'll help you work on it.
Let's do that. So I think you could probably still sign up for the class. I don't think I have my, let's see, I think I got rid of it. No, here it is. Yeah, we're teaching at 10 o'clock. You could still, and we're Zooming. So if you haven't signed up, go to bee.vegas and sign up, and it's not too late. I will see you there. We have a full menu of advanced strategies today, and lots of people have signed up, but I can always use a few more. So I'll see everybody also tomorrow. And I think Bobby Martin's going to join us from San Diego, tell us about the market there. The governor just passed some bad real estate deals where you have to build multi-family. You can't build single family in certain areas. So anyway, lots of things to talk about in real estate all the time. Anthony, I'll see you soon. Let's get together.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much for having me.
Bye, everybody. We love you. Don't we, Anthony?
Yes, we do.
I included you.